Got to make sure the microphone is recording.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
And not falling off the camera like it did the last time. All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and today is going to be an adventure and a hell of an update video that we're getting ready to do. I've got Tom with me. What's going on, man?
Morning, man. It is Saturday, and we are doing double overtime today, man.
Yeah, we're working the weekend, that's for sure.
Yep.
You know, you'll notice that as I start this, I'm not really trying to start this cracking any jokes or anything like that, because what we're getting ready to share with y'all is probably the craziest story that I've heard in quite some time, and boy, the show and tell for this is going to be even more insane. So let me bring you guys up to speed real quick on what we're getting ready to do and who this person is. It was a couple of years ago where I introduced a guy by the name of Chris. How you feeling about all this?
I'm nervous. Obviously, I'm on camera, but, you know, it's all good. I don't got nothing to... I just got to be real, man. It ain't like an interrogation or nothing.
No, it ain't that. All right. So, Chris, I appreciate your willingness to do this video, to do this interview, basically, and to share a little bit of your story. And you can say whatever you want to say.
Okay. That's okay.
Chris was a guy that I was in prison with. Tom, you were in prison with him as well.
Yes.
And Chris is just your run-of-the-mill guy, you know, dealing with addiction. You know, that was his story, like so many others, just a constant cycle of lifelong addiction. When I got the opportunity to introduce Chris a couple of years ago, he was just coming out of jail, I believe, if I can remember correctly, and he was sober. And it was during that sobriety that I wanted to do this video with him, because I knew what his struggle was like, and I knew, you know, catching him sober was probably not going to be as easy as catching him how he is most of the time otherwise, which is knee-deep in addiction. During the video that we filmed, you know, we talked about his struggles coming home and what he was trying to do. And
I've really been staying home because I'm trying to find my way. I'm trying to learn how to be free from custody and be free from addiction. And I've never had both. So it's just baby steps right now, and I'm safe here. So I don't leave here. I'm learning how to be part of society and not be using, and I'm not ready just to go out there in the street yet. But I love working. I mean, you know, I got a high school diploma. I'm smart. I'm good with my hands. I work good with people. I get along with just about anybody. So it's all new, Joe. It's all new, and I'm just taking it one step at a time. And
you know, trying to stay clean, all of that. Like I said, I think we did 2 videos, and then after that, I lost contact with this guy. And of course, he would end up going back to his lifestyle of addiction. I would hear quite a bit of horror stories from other people who have been on After Prison Show who know him as well, and it was just not surprising to me. Maybe some of the things that I was hearing in relation to this guy were surprising in terms of, you know, where addiction was taking him. But otherwise, I just wasn't surprised, unfortunately, to hear that he had fallen back into that lifestyle. Tom, hold this for me if you don't mind. Let's get a better look. That way I'm not just right there. And you can turn that so you can see it. Yeah. We're gonna teach Tom to hit some camera angles here.
Nose hairs?
No, we don't want none of that. All right, so like I said, I lost contact with this guy, Chris. Didn't think anything else of it. You know, unfortunately, he had fallen back into his old ways. Well, a couple of days ago, Tom and I were filming, and, you know, we're always looking for and working on the next thing to be bringing here on After Prison Show, and we got some big stuff on the way. A recent video that we just did, Finding Dave, the entire comment section was flooded with, "This isn't the Dave that we were asking for. Where is Gay Dave?" That search is going to be coming very soon. And we're going to do all that we can to see if it's possible that we can get Dave, that Dave, to do an update video with us. Hopefully that update video is going to be a lot better than this update video. But again, just a couple of days ago, Tom and I were talking, and he says, hey, I can reach out to Chris Lewis. I said, I've already had Chris Lewis on the show. You know, I wasn't really interested in going back there because, again, it was run-of-the-mill as far as I knew. But Tom would say to me, you didn't hear what happened to Chris or something like that? And I said, no. You know, what happened to Chris? And Chris had gotten locked back up again. Again, pretty run-of-the-mill. But what happened to Chris when he got locked up is something that I've never heard of happening to anybody, and wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Let me get the camera, and Tom, take over, and briefly, without giving too many details to this, tell me or tell us what you told me about what happened to this guy.
All right, I don't want to have a spoiler here, so I'm just going to give a real brief synopsis. So we wound up at CCAP together.
And what is CCAP?
Community Corrections Alternative Program. It's an alternative to incarceration work release program. You go there, you're at a facility, you get released in the morning to go to your job in the real world with real people, regular job.
Making real money.
Making real money. And when you're released, you have a nice sizable amount. I came home with almost $7,000. I don't know how much Chris came home with. Chris worked at another facility. I worked at another facility, 2 separate jobs. Chris told me he met a girl there.
Y'all were there at the same time?
We were there at the same time.
So you were there, well, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so he says, I met a girl. I said, oh, well, that's great. He said, she's Spanish. I said, wow, that's even better. He goes, I'm trying to learn Spanish. I know you know a little bit of Spanish. Can you teach me? I said, I'll teach you what I know.
Later, he met the girl at the job.
At the job.
She worked there.
She's his boss.
Oh, wow.
Well, later I would find out that this person is married. And I tell Chris, this is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. And I tell him some of my war stories about, you know,
messing with married women.
Messing with married women is dangerous. It can be really dangerous. And I tell him the whole story. He ignores everything I have to say. I get out. Chris actually comes and picks me up from CCAP.
How?
He's got a brand new car.
Hold on, so he got out before you?
A week.
He got out a week before you?
A week before me.
He stayed at this...
Stayed in Fredericksburg.
Right, because this was in a different area than where we're at.
Yep, stayed in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Bought a car.
Bought a car.
Did he buy the car?
Well, that's part of the story.
Okay.
He bought a car, was staying in a hotel room that was being paid for by said girlfriend. Was telling me, hey, we're getting an apartment. As soon as we get the apartment, you can move in. Of course, I was not having any part of that.
What was she saying, or what was he saying that she was saying about the husband? She was going to leave him?
Yeah, I'm leaving him, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be with him. The whole 9 yards. The typical thing that you hear from a married woman, and I've heard it before myself. They're just unhappy in a relationship. Anyway, this guy, I actually see him one time when we're up there, and I go, Chris, yo, man, that's not a good situation.
You saw the husband?
Yes.
And what'd the husband look like? Was he a big guy?
Short, stocky, Hispanic guy with a pistol. With a pistol strapped to his side. I said, Chris, this is going to be bad, man. You should probably get out of this. He said, well, she's leaving him. I said, okay. And then the rest of the story, we should probably let Chris tell you, because I just don't want to give it away. It's horrible. It's horrific. It's everything you could imagine that could go wrong did.
Really good way of putting that. You did really good with that. You're getting better.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, when Tom tells me what happened to Chris, and then he's showing me pictures, I'm like, holy shit, yeah, we probably ought to do this update. Title idea, which we don't know what we're calling this yet. Messing with a married woman while in prison goes wrong. The worst possible way that this could go wrong. How bad can this actually go wrong? Maybe you're wondering. We're getting ready to show you. You know, when you think about being locked up and, you know, you've got pipeline dreams, possibly. Hey, what if I could make work release? Well, shit, if I can make work release, I can get me a cell phone. I can start stacking some money up. I'm going to meet me a girl. These are the number one things you're going to be thinking about making a work release program. Tom went through it, saved up $7,000 when he was released. This guy, Chris, went through it, met the girl, but unfortunately for him, she was married, and who she was married to was probably somebody you should not want to have any type of problems with. And you're going to see why, because we're getting ready to go see this guy, Chris, a former guest of AfterPrisonShow, who almost lost his life behind messing with a married woman while in prison. Yeah, I think that's actually the title of the video.
That's
right
it. That's it.
All right.
Go ahead.
Tom has been in contact with Chris. We're scheduled to go meet with him. It's 9:55. We're supposed to meet him around 10 o'clock. We're on our way to him right now. Wait until y'all see and hear this shit. What is
He
this?
said the side entrance. It is a type of convalescent home. It's the signs right there.
I don't want to show the sign.
Oh, sorry. Well, I just did.
Health and rehab.
Health and rehab. Yeah, this is the place.
All right, well, if you want to go in there and get him,
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
because we can't film here. We thought we were
No.
going to be able to film here, but we're going to take him somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to.
Well, if you don't got an idea of what we're getting ready to show, showcasing the fact that we're at some kind of a medical facility should probably give you guys a pretty good idea that shit got real for this dude. All right, you going to go up in there? You going to call him?
I'm going to get him right now. I'm just going to give him a ring real quick and make sure he knows I'm right here.
Hello?
Hey, bro, I'm out front. I'm out front. Or which side is the? Which is the side? Which is the front?
You need to come in by the Hardy's draft and come in on that side.
Got it. Got it. I'm on my way. I'll be right there, buddy. I'll see you in just a second.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
So I guess you're going to go
All right,
over
guys, I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Chris. I'll be right back. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, remember the camera angle like this.
I probably should have showed that. That was...
You want to show it again? Ready?
No.
No?
Go ahead. Go get this guy. All right. Not sure if we can film up here or not, but we're going to, because it's going to get quite real for y'all in a second when Tom comes out with this guy. Well, I guess Tom got lost. And he must be lost again. Looks like Tom is trying to get into this place. Nope, they just let him in. So I guess this place right here, this convalescent home, is a place where people go who only have Medicaid and who need, you know, constant medical treatment. The place actually says it's a health and rehab center. And I don't know if he's living here. I think that he is. But after hearing the story of what Tom shared with me in relation to what happened to this guy, I think y'all are going to be pretty shocked to hear this for sure. and more important, to see the condition that this guy is in after this incident. All right, so I'm still waiting on Tom to come out, but I found the video that I first did with Chris, and it's called 30 Days Clean, a lifelong battle with addiction in prison. And on the thumbnail it says, I usually never stay clean for longer than 3 days. If you guys haven't seen that video, which I know a lot of people probably haven't, I'm going to link that video down below so you can check out that first video, especially if you're seeing this video first. You know, Chris is a, relatively good-looking guy, no homo, but it's easy to see that, he could meet a girl while he's at this work release program and start a relationship. And again, it's just unfortunate that for him, she was a married woman, and he was definitely playing with fire, the worst kind, getting involved with this woman that would lead to the situation of everything that he went through, and ultimately ending up here at this convalescent home where we are right now. I'm about to call Tom and find out what the hell is going on, man.
Signing him out. On my way out now.
Okay, you coming out the same way you went in?
Coming out the same way I came in, yes.
All right.
I'll see you in just a second.
I'll be
All
filming.
Right.
I'll be filming right then and there. All right, Tom said he's signing him out, so I'm gonna be ready to see. And I got this nurse right here is looking at me, looking all crazy. Yep, she's just steadily looking over here at me, wondering what the hell I'm doing. I ain't gonna throw the camera in her face. I think she's holding the door open for her. Oh my God, look at this. Ah. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Joe,
Chris, oh my God.
you don't know half of it, buddy.
Holy shit, man.
Listen, not only am I crippled, but look, they had to fix my arm. They cut my arm all the way around. Had to do my bicep, put my bicep back on. It runs up in my armpit and runs all the way down my back to my ass.
Oh my God.
We're not doing it here, right?
Is he going away from the parking lot?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
They're fussing about it. I don't know why. Why? I'm not getting medicine. All right, just wait. You do real quick. All right, come on. Joe,
What's going on, Chris?
we're good to go. We just can't be on the property, man. They're scared of that camera.
Yeah, they don't like cameras on the property.
Okay, well, where are we going?
We're going this way, heading towards
Listen,
Wawa.
listen. Go out, Joe, and go that way down London Boulevard.
Okay, all right, I'll see y'all
My
over
uncle
there.
lives over there. He's got a nice house. We can do it in the yard.
All right.
You good, bud?
Yeah.
You want to get on the sidewalk? Damn sidewalk. On the fucking road.
Yeah. Go up behind that gray van over there.
Where? Oh, over here.
Yeah, Swamp's van.
Gotcha.
Chris, I'm sorry to see you like this.
Me too, buddy. I go July the 12th to VCU, the hospital in Richmond,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping they'll fix me up, man. July the 12th. I've been to 2 doctors. I've been to orthopedics at Centera. I've been to Virginia Ortho, and both of them tell me they can't do nothing to me. Just come up right there. Yeah, stay in the city. Set me up again.
All right, give me just a second, buddy. Just a second. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ow! You gotta put my leg back up.
Oh, I got you.
There you go.
Tom, hold on to all this for me.
Got it.
So where are we at right now?
We're at Matthew's house, my uncle's house. Matter of fact, if you get a chance, go to the door and knock on the door. Tell him I'm out here. Yeah, I hear him in the kitchen.
That's not him, is it?
No.
Lord, man. All right, let me, Tom, let me get you to.
He doesn't get to smoke where he's at.
I
That's why
do.
I'm
I
letting
just can't smoke in the building.
Oh. You want me to go get him?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go. You want me to get his uncle real quick?
I mean, yeah, you can just let him know we're out here.
Through this gate? Through
Yep.
this gate?
Matthew! He's coming. He's coming.
There he is, right there.
All right. So, Chris, I wish we were doing an update with you under better circumstances, but obviously, you know, just looking at the condition that you're in, dude, you went through something pretty bad.
17 surgeries.
17 surgeries?
Yep.
You know, so I featured you 2 years ago on After Prison Show. The video was called Sober for 30 Days After Incarceration, something along them lines. And you were just getting out and, you know, had hopes and aspirations to try to stay clean. And, you know, ultimately you would find yourself back in addiction and you would end up getting locked up again.
Yes.
So talk to us about, you know, you getting locked up and going to the CCAP program.
Yeah. Well, I relapsed, and after about 10 months, I relapsed. I stayed clean for a little while, and CCAP, you're incarcerated for the first year, and in the last 7 or 8 months, you go to a street job. Well, they sent me to a street job, and I met a woman, and you know, we started talking and kicking it or whatever, and she liked me and I liked her, and to make a long story short, we ended up in a mutual relationship, and started, you know, having sex and sleeping with her. And anyway, when I got out, she picked me up and took me to a motel, paid my motel for a week, and
She was married though, right?
yeah, she was married. I didn't know. She didn't have a wedding ring on. She stayed about 4 and 5 nights a week in the motel with me, never went home, never said nothing about a husband. And to make a long story short, after I was home about 3 months, I came home, I got me a brand new car, I was doing good. And after about 3 months of being home and seeing her, I was coming out of a Denny's restaurant one night, about 9:30 at night, and I heard footsteps behind me running. You know how you can hear footsteps running. And I turned around, and there was a guy with a hatchet, and he hit me with an axe, and he went to cutting me. He cut my arm up. He cut my arm almost completely off. All this, it goes all the way up my back. Tom, come hold this. And I'll show you. Lift my shirt up, Tom. You can see the scar goes all the way down my back where they cut me. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It goes all the way to my hip. And then he got my leg twice too. Got my leg here and on the inside here. And that's the reason I can't walk.
So he hit you with an axe.
Yeah. Yeah, he butchered me, man.
And this was this girl's husband.
Yes. Yep, it was her husband.
So a woman that you met at a CCAP program, a work release program, you started having a relationship with her. She was married. Her husband found out.
Yep.
And this guy came and tried to kill you.
Pretty much.
You know, Tom was explaining this story to me, or telling me about this story just yesterday. I had no idea what had happened to you. Had I known, I'd have reached out to you sooner. Um, you know, there were some other details about this, something in relation to it took a while for people to find you, or was what happened immediately after that you got attacked?
I laid in the car 3 days bleeding, and I had mirror tint on my car, so you couldn't see. And some old lady, I guess she heard me moaning, hurting or something. She called paramedics, and the paramedics got me, and they took me to Fredericksburg Hospital, and they couldn't deal with me. They couldn't see me. I was septic. I was in kidney failure. I was in liver failure. I was septic because of my blood had become poison because I had laid there for 3 days, my blood not circulating.
How did you get back in the car after this attack?
I fell in the car. I fell when he came up behind me. I had my door open and he hit me, and I fell forward in the car. And he hit me a couple more times, and I was laying there trying to defend myself. That's how I got this, holding my arm up, hitting my arm. And he hit my leg a couple times. And yeah, he butchered me up pretty good, man.
So you fell into the car, and it took 3 days for anybody to find you?
Yep. He shut the door so nobody would see me. He shut the car door, and then I came to Norfolk Centera. And Norfolk Centera, I went through surgery after surgery after surgery, day after day after day. And my daughter told him to stop, that they were killing me because I wasn't eating. You know, you can't eat 12 hours before surgery because you're going to surgery. And so he stopped after about 5 days of going to surgery and gave me a couple days eating to bounce back with some food and some vitamins. And they got my kidneys right. I was going to dialysis for a couple days. They got my kidneys right. And that was it, man. That was how it went down.
What happened to this guy?
Well, I talked to her months after this happened, and she told him that he didn't kill me. She said, and then the next day he found out I wasn't dead. He packed up, sold both vehicles, sold all his tools, and bought a one-way ticket back to Mexico. He was Spanish, so was she.
So the police never got involved? I mean, the police had to get involved with this. You're in the hospital, you know, they come and see you. They're asking you what happened. What are you telling them?
I told him I was attacked.
You didn't tell them who did it?
No, because I was scared he'd attack her.
So you just told them it was just some random attack?
Yep, I told him it was some stranger.
Did they ever follow up on this? I mean, you got attacked, but with an axe. You know, this is something that I would imagine they would want to follow up on.
They did. I finally told him his name.
And then they told you, hey, he's gone, he's back in Mexico, or they can't find him?
Yep, they couldn't find him.
Jesus, man.
And I've been in the bed 18 months. Can't walk. Been clean, but can't walk. And that's where it's at, man.
Man, Chris, you know, like I said, Tom had just told me about this yesterday. I'm sure there's other people who don't know about what's happened to you.
Yeah.
God bless it, man.
Yeah. He got me pretty good, man.
So this place that you live, are you living at that place that we were at?
Yeah, I have no choice. It's a Portsmouth Health and Rehab.
And from here, you said you're getting ready to go to VCU.
Yeah, but that's just for one appointment. I'm hoping they can fix my leg and I can walk again.
Oh my God, man. I don't even know what to say, Tom.
So when I found out, it was shortly after it had happened. I was in the process of moving to Maryland when I found out. I went to see him. I think I might have came up twice.
You did.
Just because of the drive all the way. I was 6 hours away. So, but when I went in there, I was blown away. I had no idea what the hell I was walking into. He said he got attacked. I was like, oh, holy crap. I had no idea how extensive the injuries were. When I got there, I was like, dude, you're lucky to be alive. You should have died. You are blessed. When people say they're blessed, you're blessed to be alive.
I know.
You sat in this car for 3 days. I mean, I'm sure you thought you were going to die there.
Oh yeah, I don't remember too much of that.
Oh shit, man.
I couldn't. I was trying to get the key in the ignition. I couldn't get the key in the ignition. I couldn't start the car. But my mom, when they went and got my car and told them the dealer where my car was, my mom said the car looked like a crime scene, looked like a murder scene. There was blood all over the dashboard, in between the seats, the middle console, the top console where the speedometer and all was. There was blood everywhere in the car. My mom said it looked like a murder scene.
What did this guy say to you during this? Do you remember any of that? I mean, okay, you get attacked from behind. You know, you're getting hit with this axe. This guy's got to be saying something to you. You've got to. Is there a time when you realize that it's this girl's husband who's doing this to you?
Yeah. He told me I shouldn't have messed with another man's butterfly. That's all he said to me. And I knew when he said that because he called her Butterfly. That was his nickname for her.
Has she been in contact with you at all, you know, after all of this?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I just talked to her 2 days ago. What's the day? The 1st?
Yeah.
Yesterday. I wished her happy birthday. The 31st is her birthday.
Is she apologetic for this situation?
Oh, she cries every time we talk about it. I try not to talk about it to her.
You know, you were in this program. You're doing work release. You know, you're working a job. What kind of a job were you working up there?
I was running a forklift.
So you're working in some kind of a warehouse.
Yep.
She was working up there as well.
Yep.
You know, that's the last thing that you were thinking about was, you know, something like this happening to you. Obviously, you know, you're stacking money up. You're ready to get out. You do get out, don't you? You get out and you stay up there because of her.
Yep.
God bless, man. You know.
Yeah, I saved up about $4,000. I was doing good, man.
What do you think is, you know, what do you see for the future with you?
Well, that depends on my leg, man. Depends on if I can ever walk again, you know.
Do you think there's a chance they can fix you, or?
Well, I'm hoping, you know, VCU is a medical college, and they've seen my x-rays, and they told me to come up there. So I don't think they would make me come up there if there wasn't some kind of hope of them fixing it. I mean, it's $398 for me to see them after my insurance. So I'm hoping that they got some idea of how to fix it, you know?
Yeah. Well, look, I just wanted to do this update, Chris, and hear this story of what happened to you. I can't apologize enough for the condition that you're in. You know, granted, you were, you know, dealing with a married woman, but...
I didn't know, though, Joe.
Oh, you didn't even know?
No, she was staying with me 4 nights a week. She didn't have a wedding ring on. Nothing. I figured if she was married, she'd have to go home. But I found out that he works out of town a lot.
Jesus. Chris, I'm sorry about this, man.
It's not your fault, buddy. I should have been more careful.
Yeah, but who could ever predict something like this is going to happen?
Not me. She was a good girl. She didn't smoke cigarettes. She didn't drink. She didn't do drugs. I thought I found a keeper.
We'll wrap it up with that.
Yeah.